Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Terry and today we're going to make peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter cookies can be made, a lot of people I know add chocolate chips to their peanut butter cookies, and I do as well because the grandkids all love them that way and the adults too. But I'm also going to add chopped peanuts to them. I don't use the crunchy peanut butter, I use the smooth, and I like to chop up peanuts and add it to the cookies as well as with the chocolate chips. Also, I like to dedicate this video, making these cookies, to my cousin Bob, who's on the mainland and isn't feeling too well right now, and we're sure hoping he gets better and that he's feeling well soon. We love you and miss you. Can't get together. It's been a hard year. So anyway, I'm not too sure what you can eat right now, but hopefully maybe you can eat cookies, and maybe Lynn will make you some. So keep the faith. Love you guys. Okay, time to get making these cookies. First off, I've softened 2 cups of margarine, and then I'm going to cream this margarine, and I'm going to add 2 cups of brown sugar and 2 cups of white sugar. And I know what you guys are thinking. I do make multiple batches when I do it because, you know, I have a lot of grandchildren to pass them around. So this makes about 9 to 10 dozen cookies. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to cream this margarine and add the sugars. Okay, now everything's creamed, the sugars and the margarine, and I'm going to add 4 eggs. You know, often when I make this many times the batches, I use 5 as an extra egg, but I'm down to 3 eggs. And so I had to put one back in the fridge to make it 4. 4 in the fridge, 4 for this, because if I end up making banana bread, which I always make 4 loaves at a time, I'm going to need 4 eggs. So I'm going to need more eggs from Sean and Chris pretty darn soon. You better not forget them next time he comes down from Nanaimo. So I'm going to get busy. I'm going to add 4 eggs to this. I'm going to add 2 cups of the peanut butter, the smooth, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. Now, while I'm just adding these eggs, I just wanted to mention that, you know, I save all these eggshells and I keep them in a bucket on my back porch. And every time I need some for the garden, I crush them, and it's very easy. They just crush right up. And I'm actually going to mix some with the coffee grinds that I've been saving and some Epsom salt. Apparently the strawberries will love those. So that's my next plan. And I would be out in the garden working today. It says it's warmer than it is. It's about 9, maybe 10, but the wind's blowing, and I went out there and checked and it's cold, and that's why I'm in the house making cookies. So now you know why I'm here and not out gardening. So we'll just carry on with these cookies. 4 eggs are in, and we're going to add the peanut butter, 2 cups, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, the eggs, the peanut butter, and the vanilla are all creamed together, and now I'll just mix up the dry ingredients. And we'll get mixing that in. Okay, now here we have our dry ingredients, which we're going to add to the wet, which consists of 4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And I'm going to sift that well and stir it and get it mixed into the wet ingredients. Okay, I'm just slowly adding in the dry ingredients to this wet mixture, and as soon as that's mixed well together, I'm going to add the chopped peanuts and the chocolate chips, 2 cups of each. 2 cups of chopped peanuts, 2 cups of chocolate chips. Now as I add these very slowly, I'm going to add half of the chocolate chips and half of the peanuts because I have been known to break these mixers. I actually bust them all apart because I make such big batches all at once. So we'll endeavor not to do that today. Okay, it's all mixed up, and I managed not to break the mixer, which is good. And as you can see, we have quite a huge whopping bowl full. So now that that's mixed up, I'm going to get out my cookie sheets, and I'm going to turn on the ovens. I'm going to use both my ovens today because it's a lot of batches, and it does go a lot faster when I do them 2 ovens at a time. And I'll get busy doing that, and we'll see you again in a few minutes, okay? Okay, my ovens are both on at 350, heating up. And now you have a couple of options here. You can either just take a scoop like this, whatever size, and plunk them on the pan, like I've done on this tray. Or you can be a little bit more precise and very gently roll them into balls, like I'm doing on this pan. And then you can do, I mean, it's a little harder with the chocolate chips and the peanuts, but you can do the traditional flour the fork, press it down, and make them into the cross with the fork tines. You know, they cook up. You can still tell that a bit, I guess, when they cook up. We can see later, but you can do this with the fork and cross them over like that. It's up to you, however you want. If it's faster for you just to scoop them and throw them on the tray, you could even leave some without pressing them down with the fork and see how they turn out. Maybe we'll do that little experiment while we're at it, okay? Okay, as you can see, I am pressing all these down with a lightly floured fork on this other tray that I left them in the rougher balls, not into nice balls. I pressed down these ones, but these three here, I'm just gonna leave them. Let's see how much they cook down and how they compare to ones that we've gone to the trouble of pressing down with a fork. Be a good little experiment. I'll just carry on with these, and when the oven dings, I'll get the first two trays in, and I'll carry on loading up more trays. Okay, oven number 1 just dinged. It's counting down a minute. I'll check it. I don't think they're quite done. I only put them on 10 minutes. So I'll check and see. They might need another minute or two. I have the other trays loaded up, and while I've been waiting, because it moves so fast when you have 2 ovens, I actually roll and load them up on this tray so I can just grab them off quick and load the cookie sheets up so it moves quicker with the oven. So we're gonna check those, and I did take a little peek. The ones that I didn't squish down, they don't look a lot different. We'll see what they look like when they cool. Might not ever need to do that. A lot of time pressing them down with a floured fork, so we'll see. Okay, you can decide for yourselves. Now, on here, we have these 9 that I actually used the fork and crossed over, and these 3 right at the end, I just left them and didn't press them down at all, just scooped them and plunked them on there. And really, you know, can you tell? It's hard, you know, it's up to you. These look just fine. So you could save yourself flouring that fork umpteen dozen times, and just leave them to sink down and cook naturally, I guess. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do one more comparison. Those 3 at that end, I just put in a mound and didn't press them down and didn't roll them in a ball. These over here, I put them in a scoop on the tray and used the fork to press down. These 3 right here, I rolled in a nice ball, tried to keep them all uniformly round and pressed down with a fork. So, you know, personally, I like the ones that I rolled in the ball that are coming out all about the same size in a circle. But it's totally whatever you prefer. There we go. All done and cooling. 9½ dozen. And that's great. Okay, cookies are all done. Finished for the day. Still only about, it says it's 10 Celsius, but with that wind blowing, it's about 7. So still staying in the house and gonna keep not baking anymore today, but getting other things done and get out in that garden another day very soon. Anyways, I'm gonna sign off, say goodbye to you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bob and Lynn, I wish I could come visit you guys. Take care, and everybody stay safe, and we'll see you all again soon, okay? Bye.